Hello everyone, welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Aviani, and I am joined by my co-host Athena. That's a hell of an entrance, Athena, trying to bite me off camera. No biting. Today we have Zuko versus Todoroki. I watched the first season of My Hero Academia. I haven't watched really enough of Avatar. I started watching it an episode once. It was the Ember Island Players, so from what I understand, that's kind of both the best and worst episode to start off with, because it's a recap of everything, but it's a funny recap, so yeah. And that's basically my experience, so alright.
All those cool anime heroes out there,
Bye, Spike.
Plenty with angsty daddy issues.
You mean like you?
Don't be silly, Wiz. I'm not an anime character. Like Prince Zuko, the firebending hunter of the Avatar, The Last Airbender.
And Shoto Todoroki,
And then his best
the
buddy,
prodigal son of Fire and Ice from My Hero Academia.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Sweet. I did see the preview for it. Like, they showed like
Water,
the first
Earth,
minute
fire,
or something of it.
air. The four
And everyone was saying Zuko's
Zuko's
voice actor in it sounds exactly like his actual voice actor.
Yeah, the cranky old Fire Lord went and conquered basically the whole world.
And 100 years later, the equally powerful Master of Fire, Ozai, continued that
And I know
tyranny.
he's voiced by Mark
Many
Hamill
believed his rule
originally,
would
so
one day pass to either his daughter, Azula, or his son, Zuko.
Yeah, Fire Dad was way too ego crazy for that. He drove
Yeah.
Azula mad, even though he did clearly favor her.
Isn't that a
Or
spoiler,
Zuko
because that's
gets
from the
screwed
last
over from the
episode?
beginning.
Can you imagine your dad
And
saying
then you
that
never
while your
find out what
sister
actually
was born
happened to her
lucky,
after that?
You were just lucky to be born.
I can't imagine my dad saying anything to me.
Oh. Right.
We never
Well,
hear
despite
anything
this,
about
Zuko
Wiz's
was
parents,
desperate
do
to
they?
prove himself. What a fine work ethic.
But
Age
he screwed up by
91.
talking out a turn in a big boy meeting. So naturally, his dad
Shop
took him
assistant.
aside, sat him down, and taught him the importance of respecting others.
And then kicked
Oh, wait,
his ass.
Just kidding. He burned his friggin' face off. Holy shit.
With his new scar came a new mission. Zuko would hunt down the elusive Avatar, the one threat to his nation's rule, to prove himself to his father and regain his honor.
Which is just a nice way of saying he was banished so he could never come back. Just like my dad didn't.
Though, frankly, Zuko did have the talent and training he needed to capture someone even as powerful as the Avatar.
Damn right, he's a fighting pro. The dude's
Nice,
strong
nice.
enough to shatter metal chains with a kick. He's super skilled with martial arts, dual swords, and oh yeah, fire bending.
As a fire
Wouldn't it be
bender,
easier
Zuko
to
harnesses the light of
break
the
the
sun to
chains
summon
with the
flames
fire?
from thin air.
You can melt
Wherever
them?
fire remains alight in an area that's not too cold, he can manipulate or bend it to his will.
I mean,
An
if
area that's not too cold. I mean, you can still, like, light fires in cold areas, so how cold are we talking?
I had to pick between swirling water around, tossed a few rocks, or farting hot air all the time, I would definitely go with firebending. It literally means you're a living flamethrower.
Plus, it's
Cool,
surprisingly versatile. Aside from simply creating, launching, and moving flames, firebending can be used to heat objects, melt through ice prisons, and even defy gravity.
Melt through ice prisons is going to come in handy.
With fire? Awesome! How does that even work?
Well, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law. By creating a rapid series of explosions,
I was
an
not
inch or so
expecting
away
to
from
see
the palm,
Isaac
the
Newton
air in
here.
between the hand and fire is launched toward the user, thereby creating propulsion.
Yeah,
What?
firebending isn't just about creating fire. It's about creating a bunch of it. So Zuko can make
Nice.
large, long-lasting walls of flame to protect himself and keep enemies at a distance. That stuff's hot, you know.
Yeah, it's fire. You know, I've actually rigged up my arm to replicate the technique
Uh-oh.
of firebending. Dummy, if you please.
Another test. How thrilling.
Now, this isn't as simple as just pointing and shooting. Firebenders fuel their flames with their own breath. And using it at all requires a fierce understanding of martial arts.
What are you trying to do, the Macarena?
Zuko's favorite form,
Yeah.
the dancing dragon, draws primarily from northern Shaolin Kung Fu.
That's a Chinese martial art that's all about agility, wide stances, and aggressive attacks.
What's that from?
A perfect mix of speed and strength.
Like this.
Hey, baby.
Whoa!
With...
Yep.
Why?
Ha ha ha.
Anyway, the fire that benders
Kitty
like Zuko
face.
can generate is extremely hot, capable of melting
trying
through a
to
cast
do
iron
the
door hot. This would need
raised
to be
part
over
middle lip.
1200 degrees Celsius.
And while Sozin's comet was boosting his powers, Zuko's uncle Iroh blasted apart the giant outer wall of Ba Sing Se. There is no war in Ba Sing Se until Iroh comes a knocking. I mean,
there we
it's
go.
like the thickest wall I've ever seen. Second only to the emotional walls between me and my dad.
Even without Sozin's comet,
You found your dad already.
100 years, Zuko has more than enough.
You're both too
firepower
stupid
level
to
a
figure
building.
it out.
That's no laughing matter for any person or building.
He's even quick enough.
Survive 3 weeks without sustenance. That is admittedly longer than anyone has, but not by as long as you might think. The actual record for that is 18 days without food or water. A guy got thrown in a prison cell and they forgot about him somehow. I don't understand. Come here. Let's see here. Quickly scale the 2-story building. How quickly? Are they going to get into that? Infiltrated a stronghold without firebending. That's interesting. So he doesn't need the fire and all the elements and stuff.
To catch lightning and use his fire powers to redirect it wherever he wants it to go.
Cool. I imagine that's
Suck
heat.
it, Dad. Oh.
Okay. Directed naturally occurring lightning. Playing the lightning is for firebending using the same rules as nature, despite being somewhat mystical. Zuko should be capable of the same. Awesome.
Shoot, wait, did he just shoot his dad with lightning?
Yes.
Zuko's quest for the Avatar led him down a different path than he expected. Inspired by his kind uncle and the Avatar himself, he joined the heroes on a new journey, one of self-discovery.
Yeah, it turns out he
It's
didn't need his
likely
dad's
he
approval
can.
after all. He just needed to approve himself. Now that's character development.
Zuko's definitely had a
That's what you
heated
gotta
redemption
do,
arc.
right?
And now that he's the Fire Daddy, Fire Lord, his honor keeps burning brighter.
Are you crushing on Zuko?
What? No.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I mean,
It's
by
okay,
now he's
Wiz.
91, so...
Everybody does.
Hello, Zuko here.
Welcome to a world where the supernatural is natural, where more
Nice.
than 80% of the population possesses superhuman abilities known as quirks.
And because
kinda
everyone
like
loves to game
Mystery
a system,
Men
there's a
Elementary.
superhero
Well,
leaderboard.
high school.
At the very top of it stands the ultimate hero, All Might.
All Might's feats and reputation were incredible. A
Who,
true symbol of
who
peace
took
for
an arm
everyone.
wrestling match a
That
little
is,
too
everyone
far a
except
few
the
months
hero
ago.
perpetually stuck at rank number 2.
That's Endeavor, and he vowed
I
to
remember back in the
surpass
day
All
when
Might,
Black
but
and
his
White came
literal
out,
firepower
everyone was
was
naming
just
their
never
Envors
enough.
But if he
Ganon.
couldn't do it himself,
Nowadays
he
they
would
would all be
vicariously
calling him
through his
Endeavor.
own heir. Thus, he made the desperate decision to arrange a quirk marriage.
Basically, he paid a family off to get a wife with an ice quirk and puffed
Supposed
out
to be really
kids
cold
until
next
he got
week.
the right quirk combo. Gross. Feel like I need a shower.
After 4
So,
attempts, they
the
finally
other
spawned
kids
the
seem
child
fairly
he was
well
looking for,
adjusted.
Shoto Todoroki.
Did they
Half
never
cold, half hot.
try to
Literally,
intervene in
right side's
anything that
ice
was
like
going
his
on?
mom, and left side's fire like his dad.
Endeavor quickly separated young Todoroki from
He's
his
5'9" at
supposedly lesser
16?
siblings, ruthlessly training
Gosh,
him to become the
likes
most
cold
powerful
soba.
hero in history.
Surprise! Things didn't go so well. He drove Shoto's mom totally insane until she broke.
Why would it
Pouring
take
boiling
that
water on her
long?
son's left side,
Like,
because it reminded
you'd
her
think
too much of him.
If he's so
Okay,
horrible,
this is
she
getting
would have
super
done
heavy for a
something about it
colorful
before
cartoon
then.
about superpowers and frog people.
Fortunately, Todoroki
Yeah, I
never
tell
truly
ya.
fell for his father's
You know,
disgusting
though,
manipulation.
it's high school.
He attended UA High School, a hero academy, and worked to use his power for good.
But just his mom's power. Why use fire when you can stick it to the man? The man being a big scary fire dad over there. Anyone
Yeah.
else notice his facial hair is made of fire? How does that work?
From his right
Looks like his
side,
chest hair,
Todoroki
too.
can summon intense bouts of cold, freezing the air or even creating massive glaciers of ice.
Talk about overkill! And like a good edgy teen, Shoto
There
did
is no
this
kill like
iceberg
overkill.
Something badass. Heaven-piercing ice wall! Oh, you can just taste the self-look.
Oh, God. No. bad ads. Bad.
The RPG mobile
Nasty
of
ads.
2019.
I do not want ads
He
in
can
my
create
death
sheets
battle.
of ice to slide on or propel himself forward as if riding a Healy. While he can't
Cool.
manipulate the ice after he's launched it, he has extremely precise control over its initial release. He can even freeze
Interesting.
opponents so thoroughly that they are frozen both inside and out, effortlessly causing necrosis.
Freezer
and shattering
burn.
body parts.
Seriously,
Actually,
that's
Freezer
so
Burn would
dark.
make a really
It's
good
chilling.
name for like a
Talk about having a
superhero.
cold shoulder.
But Todoroki has a problem. While he is highly resistant to cold, he's not immune.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Guess I'll die.
Oh, I won't be needing you this time, dummy.
Genuine joy.
Casting too much ice from his right
So
side
he's
will
just
cause his body
Marvin
temperature
the
to drop
android.
until he falls unconscious, potentially even suffering frostbite.
I mean, it takes freezing an entire building before side effects even start to show up, so it's not up. Why'd you even make the stupid robot?
That's why Endeavor chose to mix ice with fire. See, he had the same problem with his own fire quirk, but with cold and hot combined, they could
Interesting.
counter each other's weaknesses.
Thankfully,
Wait, so
Shadow
Endeavor
met a friend
also
who helped
has
show him that his
ice
fire wasn't his
powers?
father's, it was his own. You tell him, Deku. Finally, the full power of Icy Hot was unleashed. And you think you can help my back? Just hurts from carrying the show.
While
Not
he's
that
much
kind
less
of icy
proficient in
hot.
fire, given his lack of experience with it, this half of his quirk is identical to Endeavor's. His fire is hot enough to melt Tetsu Tetsu, whose body can turn to steel, which means it can reach
Interesting.
temperatures over 1600 degrees.
He can blast
Melt
fire
him
like a raging
entirely?
inferno, form walls of flame
Or
to block off areas,
just,
and
like,
use his
get him to
evil
start
dad's
dripping?
signature technique, flash fire.
Flash fire is a method of compressing flame under
Flash
super
fire!
hot temperatures before releasing it in a single strike. Endeavor can also shape his fire, use it to cling to walls, and fly.
But even if he is a
Interesting.
huge dick, Endeavor was
Flash Fire Fist condenses my flames to white hot points. It's supposed to be my one-hit finisher. Rampant use raises my body heat, which slows down my whole system. I already disadvantage most speed and power. I don't know how many quirks it's actually got either. Holding back could prove deadly. My body just keeps overheating.
fire and ice combined,
Gosh.
put both quirks at their best. Shoto's one of the best in his class, taking hits from a tank like Deku.
Okay, rescued Bakugo, defeated Deku. Ida? Is that Ida? I don't know Ida. Stain is the guy with the hands all over his face, right? Or am I thinking of someone else? It took second because of course he did, right?
Fighting top-tier foes like Stain, and keeping up with blast
Hang on a
moves like
second.
Bakugo.
Frozen skyscraper in seconds. Just the outside or everything within it? It looked like if it was the shot with the staircases, then that would be everything inside as well.
And Tokoyami,
And that's
who
a lot
can block
stronger than just the
Kaminari's
outside.
electricity.
And while he's often criticized for relying too much on his quirk, Todoroki is incredibly smart and a quick thinker, reading and
Nice,
setting
nice.
traps for his opponents in the blink of an eye.
And after all that craziness, he finally patched things up with his mom, and somehow even inspired his dad to try and be a better person. What a nice story.
He's should still be in
I
prison.
wish he could inspire my dad too. Not Mama though. She's already perfect.
Well on his way to becoming a successful hero, Shoto Todoroki no longer fights in spite of his father, but for himself and the sake of others.
That's always what you need to do.
Wanted to. I'll be a hero.
Awesome, awesome.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, let me tell you about Blue
But
Chew.
first, we are going
This
to
a
skip.
Just pay $5 ship. Battle!
Woo! Okay, so it sounds like Todoroki might have the physical edge, but Zuko is more skilled and in like direct physical combat, I think. It seems like he's trained for a lot more opportunities. Hey, no. Hopefully next time these glasses will be gone and I'll be wearing something amazing. So, like, say goodbye to the glue. Ugh, come on. Tell you what, we do that, I'll even smash these on camera. At least the this part. I could probably get the lenses out and donate those to someone, but you know. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to win, Dina? The problem is, like I said, I don't have experience with Zuko and very little with Todoroki. Athena, no. You're gonna stay on my shoulder. Stay on my shoulder, that's right. Or on my hand. Anyway, I'm thinking Zuko, especially because he's more, because they were talking about like he infiltrated a stronghold without use of without using his elemental powers. He can break out of ice prisons, so he's got that handled. And it would he's definitely not immune to fire, though. Neither one of them are. So they both pretty much have that same weakness, as far as they're not immune to their own elements. Handling lightning will be interesting because I don't know if they're going to use that. They were saying, like, he's never been shown to produce it, but it's logical that he could now, even though we're using his young version. So, I don't know if they're even going to bring that in. What do you think, Thane? Should I start? Da 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 da.
A villain? You'll pay for that.
No, wait. I'm not the bad guy here. I mean, not anymore.
Your actions say otherwise. Fire, like my father. I'll prove I'm better than both of you.
Oh my god.
What's the matter? Melting under pressure?
He's using his fire quite early.
Like me.
And then it went to like here, and then that was the end of the preview. He's just like me. He's using fire fairly early on, though. I wouldn't have expected him to use it in anything but, you know, a last resort sort of thing. But I guess we're doing it after he's come to terms a little bit. I'm gonna move myself back up to the top here. Alright, but he can break through ice prisons. Cabbages!
No, my cabbages!
I never intended to finish you with fire. You could obviously block it, but not this. It's
No,
over.
you could. He's really struggling to get out, or to just stand right now. And Zuko's still at full blast, looks like.
I don't care how much power you have. I know who I am. I will win!
Oh yeah?
Then I'll have to go.
Even further beyond? He could break out of that unless he's like stabbed with some ice.
I'm the Fire Lord. I will win this for my honor!
And you mentioned honor at least once. So he could break out unless he's, yep, stabbed. Dang.
Apologies.
KO! Okay, talk about cool as hell. That was epic.
Please, I'm grieving here. Both Todoroki and Zuko held solid advantages over the other. Zuko's martial arts, athleticism, and lightning-fast reflexes meant that if he could get close to Todoroki, he could likely end the fight pretty quick.
But Shoto's no slouch. The guy may be better at long range, but he's been in scraps before. Like with the super fast, super deadly hero killer Stain. And with all
And he's
that
apparently
ice popping
smarter?
up everywhere and his own super sliding and boosting skills, Shoto made it hard for Zuko to get close for long.
Plus, the speed difference wasn't all that drastic.
What do you think?
Todoroki's fellow student Tokoyami's Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari's electricity after it had been fired.
The voltage of
Darks are not
Kaminari's
magic,
electricity is less than that of lightning. The voltage only affects the limit of energy that can be discharged, not the speed itself. As Kaminari uses squirt to attract electricity and lightning from other sources, he must be creating ionized paths in the air.
There are very few
Awesome!
ways for electricity to travel through the air.
Quirks are just
Lightning
physical
is
functions,
essentially
like
an
being a
ionized
frog.
path that electricity travels through. Kaminari's quirk must use the same method.
Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari. Bakugo
Why does
dodged Dark Shadow. and
video
Todoroki
keep getting
can match Bakugo
really
in the fight.
dark?
Bada bing, bada boom. That's lightning
reaction
fast
speed.
reflexes, baby.
While Zuko certainly had more control over fire, Todoroki could easily repel his firebending with his own flames. Not
Makes
to mention
sense,
the
makes
clear
sense.
difference in temperature. Zuko may be skilled with fire, but he's not immune to it. Nor did he have any reliable counter for fast and massive ice attacks.
We don't even need to bust out the calculator for this one, Wiz.
It's just
Stadium is
huge.
circled by a 4-kilometer trek. That's huge. And
Really?
the edgy ice wall covered almost half of it in less than a second.
That does
Zuko
not look like a
didn't have that
4-kilometer
kind of power
circumference.
Yes, I know fire melts ice, but not instantly when it comes to gigantic glaciers. Plus, firebending becomes much more difficult in cold temperatures. Sure, Zuko's melted through ice prisons before, but only ones where he could still move or at least breathe. Remember, firebending requires breath and movement.
it looked like he
when
could
Azula
breathe.
was trapped in an ice prison so compact she couldn't move or breathe, she was helpless.
But like, Shoto could just freeze over Zuko's insides anyway. No way he was surviving that.
Yike.
Zuko might have been an admirable bender and adorable fan
Well,
favorite, but
the thing is, though, it just had to
overwhelming
hold
ice
him
versatile defense
long
and
enough,
incredible
even if he
power
could
were
break
just
through
too
it, which
much
I
to handle.
think he
Zuko
could.
aimed for success, but his opponent Shoto put him on ice.
The winner is Shoto Todoroki.
But we all know the true loser is the cabbage
Thanks for
guy.
watching this episode of Death Battle. Come back next week to see previews of our upcoming...
Hang on a sec, hang on.
Thanks for
Okay,
watching this episode of Death Battle.
okay. Oh my god, it actually was Dante Bosco. Holy crap! It's quite impressive that the guy is a few years older than me and he can still sound like a prepubescent kid. I mean, I kind of can, but I go, like, a lot younger. So, like, I don't know, I sound like a 6-year-old or something. I don't know. It's kind of how I sounded when I was 6, okay? I know you're going to say 6-year-olds don't sound like that. It's how I sounded. Dana Bird. My goodness, it was actually Dante Vasco. Cabbage merchant.
Come back next
Hey,
week to see previews of our
cabbages!
upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes
We all
right
know
around
he's
here,
the
and you can always
actual
pick up some
loser.
TV merch at store.roosterteeth.com.
Alright, okay, next time. Krona and Winter Soldier are the two we know of to have battles coming up, so... Okay, Oh my god! Oh, a different Flash! Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Versus Archie Sonic. Oh my god. You mean the one where he's like the most powerful thing in all of existence? And fought Sega to Sanshiro? And won? Wait, when are we gonna get Krona? Eh? Krona was announced at the end of last season, and we've gotten everyone else now that we have Beerus. Oh my god, Wally West Flash versus Archie Sonic. I was not expecting that. Athena, you think we can train Sonic to sit with us next time? Our little budgie Sonic? I think I've told you guys this, but my budgie Sonic is actually named after the fast food place. I didn't name her. That was, her foster family did that. And it was because they passed a Sonic burger on the way back to their house from getting her. So, Athena, step up. And of course, we all know her sister was named Marshmallow, so they must have been really hungry. You remember Marshmallow, Athena? Really, really big budgie? She's also albino, so, you know, she looked like a big fluffy marshmallow. You're a good girl, Athena. Alright, you know, okay, so I want some discussion in the comments here. I'm going to run some characters by ya, and I want to know who you think they could face in a death battle. Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, Ninja Impa from Legend of Zelda, with her sage powers. Goodness, Athena, let's see here. Sakura Kasagano from Street Fighter. I think the best opponent for her would be Ranma Saotome from Ranma 1/2. They're both teenage phenoms who pick up martial arts skills really quickly. They've like mastered entire schools and within a week. And they also have a ridiculously specific requirement for their ultimate moves. Because, you know, you think about it, you having Sakura channeling the Dark Hado, and that's going to be kind of a plot contrivance, right? Not if the other character has an equally ridiculous plot contrivance. And I know she's been able to do it just emotionally based, but the original explanation was that Dark Sakura was because she had ended up with a sunburn. Yeah. So do that, and then give Ranma, you know, toss him into a pit of cats so he can summon the cat fist. And, yeah. I did an entire video about that a while back. Let's see, what are some other characters that would be really good? You know, who would be a good death battle match for Captain N? I want to say, because the only other character that comes to mind for me is Kirito from Sword Art Online, but Kirito is kind of like a god by this point, so he would just kick Kevin's ass. Maybe someone from Dot Hack, but that's not... The humans aren't in the game. They're still outside the game playing, aren't they? I don't know. It would have to be someone from a video game based what do you call it, isekai, where, you know, it's this other world. I pose it to you that the Mario Bros movie from '93 is an isekai, where it's, you know, they end up in another world, right? It's a fantastical land filled with dinosaur people. Right, girl? Found out one of the technicians in the Devo scene is named Wart, and I wonder if it's supposed to be the same Wart. Like, because they're continuing. Yeah, there's actually a Mario Bros. Movie comic that's continuing into the Subcon plot. And I'm wondering if they're going to reveal that same Wart is the head of it. I also wonder what they're going to do with the Koopalings when they get out to the plot of the third game. Because, you know. I could see them as like street toughs. Right, Dina? Anyway, though, I'm just kind of rambling. Anyway, tell me who you would want. Captain N, Sakura Kasagano, Vivi, and Impa to fight if they were in death battle. Just let me know. Just those 4 characters right now. And I will see you next time for Archie Sonic versus Wally West Flash. Oh my goodness. I expect the time will just speed right by.